Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Sam Cherian, and we've got something very chill today called the Beginner's Guide. Now, I did look it up, and this game is in the reviews, without any spoilers, they said it's best to experience this game as one long piece and not cut up. So, pre-warning, this is going to be a bit of a longer experience. It's going to be a more relaxed, kind of chill experience. And if that's not your thing, then this won't be a video for you. But if it is, sit back, relax, get a nice warm blanket on, some nice hot tea, and enjoy the beginner's guide with me. My audio is 100% on. Big old headphones, controls, it's WASD, and my mouse. Okay, thank you for letting me know, actually.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide.
Oh.
My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
Okay, I can't
We're
see.
going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda.
Oh.
Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff.
Okay.
And his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way.
Ooh.
And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like
I can
is
jump.
that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder,
So
what
he's
was going through his head as he was building this?
He's taken
This is
real-
what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator.
Ooh,
I want us
good
to see
point.
past the games themselves.
Oh, can't
I want to
jump on
get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here.
I think he's taken real
So,
pictures.
it's 2008,
and wrapped it on
Coda starts
here,
making
which
these
is kinda
games,
cool.
and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever.
Okay.
And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know,
that's
this was
funny.
just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one
Oh, so he's
day,
just practicing.
he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since.
Oh.
And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together.
Maybe he
is
made
because
his masterpiece
I
and
find
he
his
was
games
happy.
powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. First proper game. As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
All right. I forgot to turn subtitles on, so. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Oh. Okay, gun. Pew 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 pew. Whisper machine status
This
active.
game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
Wait, can I go this way? No? Okay, that's not a door. Ah, the little bullets stay, the bullet holes. That's a nice touch. Pew pew. Orange. Okay, not orange. let's go this way. Machine satisfactory. Hoo-hoo! 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 Ooh. This is cool. It's like a little maze. I like it.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life forms inbound.
Oh, okay. Let's do it. I'm ready.
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned
I
mid-development.
can't shoot.
For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere.
I could
But then
shoot
clearly there are no
before.
enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Ah.
But ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was
Ah.
complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force neutralized.
Oh.
Begin ship evacuation.
I just had to wait for it to open.
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
What? Whoa. Whoa. Dude, I love this. This is awesome. Oh, this is absolutely stunning. Oh. I want to explore everything. This is fascinating to me. Okay. Jaw! Oh, dead end.
Apparently, this space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever
Ooh.
been able to discern, so
Better
in the
just go in a
interest of
second.
time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I mean, you could have taken a little time to figure it out, I guess, but alright.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The game has this narrative
Oh.
about the Whisper Machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Okay, cool.
Hey, you there, in the engine room.
Huh?
You could save us all. That beam is powering the Whisper Machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature.
Can I throw my...
If you... Your body could stop the beam. It's so much to ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
I mean, if I have to, but can't I just put my gun in and it'll overheat from the beam and that'll create the heat you want? Alright. Oh.
Let me pause here for a second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying,
Obvious.
is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level.
Okay.
But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Oh. Okay. So you changed it for him? Oh, this is so cool. Ah,
The
there's a
beam
lot of
causes you to start floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch, but Coda identifies something human about it.
But
Like
what if
how
it's a good
small it
one?
makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking. But what's
Sometimes.
clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
I mean, sometimes a glitch can be a good thing because it gives you the opportunity to. I can't move. The past was behind. Oh!
Yep, in this game you can only walk backwards.
Past was behind her. Ah, this is cool. Okay, this is. Coda is a genius. Oh.
So it's a short and
But the
relatively
future could not be
minimalist
seen.
experiment combining motion and narrative.
What does the
It is
future
less advanced
keep
than the
changing?
previous game, but
Why does the
actually it
future keep
seems to be
changing?
more focused, more complete. Coda's trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Oh, I like it. When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. Hey! But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that.
I like it.
Which to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
I like it. Going backwards, like just if you could just go sideways and backwards, that would be cool. Is this the game? Oh! You are now entering... Oh, so like wherever I go is where the light is.
And that's it.
Oh.
Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
I'm guessing that one was like learning about sound, because there was a lot more sound.
Oftentimes,
in that
Coda
one.
would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games.
Like ambient sound as opposed to...
I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
I mean, I've had that with, like, I guess everyone's different. Personally, I've worked on projects in the past. I still have love for them. I stopped. No, I said it. I still have love for those projects, but once I'm finished with them...
Once you've been slowed to an absolute
finished
crawl,
with them.
The door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Represent how difficult the climb to wherever your goal is? Oh, wow. That was fast. Okay, thank you. I do admit I do not have a lot of patience. Ooh. Play as a pair of floating eyes leading in the footsteps. You start in a small room until you realize you just walk through the walls. You play loud, bodiless sound walking around, confusing people.
A room that's warm and nice and
you are a
filled with
gate.
little ideas for games.
Oh, it's like a mind palace. So you walk slowly to get to where all...
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Oh, okay. So it's just this nice little room. Oh, that's really nice. Ready, set, fish. Oh, this has nothing to do with fish. Well, song titles have done worse. Oh, what I was saying before is I've had passion projects. And once I've finished the project, like it's been completed and everything, I just leave, I move on. It's not that I don't love the project. I still do, and I look back on it fondly. But once it's completed, it's completed. I move on to the next thing. To the next fun project. So I can kind of understand.
Well, this is new for Coda.
Where
it's an actual
from.
puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Okay. Press. Oh, it's black smoke. Oh, okay. Oh. There's no... Press. Oh, okay. I didn't think that
Don't
was...
forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it a lot.
Thank you. I thought if I closed it, it would magically appear. I didn't think it would be on the door. That's smart. Coda. He's smart. He's a smart person. I really love the lighting. Like, I don't like in real life too. I love this kind of lighting. It's so soft but it's so soft and creates a calm environment. This is so nice. Oh, this texture is like I'm gushing over the visuals. I'm sorry, but this is so good for like a small engine and for someone especially for someone who's just starting out.
You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end.
Yeah.
Simple enough. All right, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Oh, okay. And enter. What?
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world.
Coda,
Either way,
so
I
much
think that
more
the
to
point
it
is
than
the
I
same.
knew.
Is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's
Yeah.
not your role as a player.
That's true, actually.
So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
I guess to just enjoy the experience presented before you. I know that sounds really cheesy, but... Oh, there's this one again. But, like, that's probably what it is. It's a very simple answer, but that's probably what it is. You are now exiting. We weren't exiting before, we were entering.
So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game.
Yeah.
There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Okay. 2009, March. Oh. Words. Oh, I think it said The Descent. Oh, we were kind of slow.
Let's talk about video game development for a second.
All right.
Every video game runs on what's called an engine,
Yep.
which determines what the game can and cannot do.
Fair.
So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Streetwise 4. Looks like an eye. That's awesome. I'm into
To
it.
make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly.
Fair enough.
One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well.
I like this.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Okay. Okay. Oh no, I fell. Oh no, am I gonna die? Do I die? Did I die? Is that it? Oh. I didn't die. I'm okay. What's this? No wait, I wanna get to it. What is it? What is it? I think it's just a light. Oh, it's just a light. Oh. I fell. I'm sorry, I didn't get to experience that completely because I fell. It looks beautiful there. This is like... Huh? This is so nice. And it gives me a chance to just... Like... Normally when I play games for YouTube, I feel like I have to keep up a pretty quick pace because people want to see the people want to see the end game. But this one, actually gives me the chance to like slow down and to look at everything. Like I get to do stuff that I would normally do in games where I look at all the graphics and all the
This prison,
fun stuff in
funny
detail.
enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Yes, please. I know that sounds very impatient.
This is
but
something that
waiting
he and
a
I
full
used to argue
hour
about a lot.
sounds like
you
a bit
know,
much.
whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether
for
it
me.
means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations,
Okay.
he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else.
Oh.
Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
See if that changes anything. Oh, I guess we're going down again. So, Coda had a different... Coda and this person who created the Stanley Parable had two different views of what a playable game is. That's interesting. A lot of people have that, actually, of what counts as a playable game. Ooh. Oh, I got that gravel sound. Nice.
It's the puzzle again,
Yeah.
with the exact same solution as the last time.
I know this puzzle. Ha! I got you.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over.
Okay.
I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Is there anything down here? No? Okay. I thought there might be something out the window, like with the galaxy on. That's cool. This is like really, I am fascinated. This is really fascinating. Oh, hi. You there? Did you come
Here,
from
Coda
above?
begins using
What was
a
up
kind
there?
of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the
Oh.
1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Yeah, there was a world stamped with whiteness. Yes, there was enormous prisoners right now, in it. Yes, there was these floating colored blocks. All of them, but I guess, so it doesn't really matter. That's the world above? You've been there? This is important. Did you have to get through a puzzle with 2 doors and switches? Yeah, I did. It was literally the last thing I did before coming here. No, I don't remember having to go through any puzzle. Prefer not to tell you. Oh, no, yeah. Just... yeah. Again, perfect. Now please tell us how you solved it. Tell us the solution. Tell us how to get to the other side. I don't remember how I solved it. I'm trying to remember, but I can't. I didn't solve it. Someone else let me in. Trust me, you don't want to go over there. I did solve it. It was easy. Okay, I guess we'll just go with that. You didn't solve it? So have you learned nothing? You cannot help us escape this prison. You are not the one I need. Surely there will be someone else. I like the head turn. I like the little head turn. That's cool. Wait, did something just... Oh, I didn't even see this. Oh, it's a little like... That's where the fireplace sound is coming from. Alright, well, bye. I guess. Sorry, dudes. Sorry, I can't help you. Wait a second. Really? Huh. Oh, I can't get out there. Hello, how did you get here? Was there a puzzle you had to pass? Yeah. Do you want to know how to solve it? No, we actually find the black space between the doors to be far more interesting. Have you seen it yet? Oh, interesting. Alright. I'm into it. Why would I care about the space between the doors? Actually, now that you mention it, I remember feeling strange as I passed through it. I don't recall the space between the doors. 1. There is a reason, but it may take time before you understand, which is fine. You'll see it again soon. Okay. I like how they all have different body language and their heads turn for when they're gonna do the thing. This is awesome. I'm into it. Oh, there we go.
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
I got caught on the wall for a second. Ooh, that's an interesting texture. I love textures. Okay. Ooh.
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost.
Okay.
It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long.
Oh, okay.
Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something.
Oh, okay.
He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
Okay. So he wants an end goal. I can get behind that. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes that you see are left by other players. I don't think this game is connected. It didn't advertise a game that's connected to the internet. Nice room, not dick. I'm gonna be rude.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this,
How do you
but
beat
this
this
game
game?
is not connected to the internet.
Yeah.
All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda.
No point.
This
to
was
this.
actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him
Whoa,
working on
shit.
this very level, and it was
that's
just
cool.
so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
feel
hope
free to
so.
skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts
fun.
and feelings
I'm the king of the
and beliefs,
world!
and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
Oh, okay. That is sad when you think about it.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you,
I'm
this
not gonna
idea
read
is
all of
really
them, guys.
seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Oh, okay. Okay. If that's all in Coda's mind, that's actually... Yeah. I get it. It's talking to people is difficult. Butt-ass butt. This is very interesting. Oh, that's sad. Oh, dude. I'm kind of an introverted person, so this is weirdly relatable, but also kind of like, this is also kind of sad. A free t-shirt. Someday I will meet the person who made this. You are the person who made it, aren't you? Makes game, includes door, cannot open door things. Yeah, I guess. Open sesame. Okay, so maybe the answer is down here. Help people because of the good internal feeling you get. Isn't that the most people? New room. Do you hear the chimes? They keep you going, do they? I won't read all these. The link for the game will be in the description below. So if you guys want to come out and read all of these, you can. Oh, that's dark. Cabbage shapes our nation. It does not matter if you ever get over there. I mean, I think it does, but okay. Or is that like the destination isn't the goal, the journey is the goal type thing? Need someone to talk to. Oh, this is a note? Yes, it is. Don't listen to the other notes. Dude. Being stuck in that mindset where you don't want to talk to people, but you also do want to talk to people is a very difficult... I'm not safe. It's a very difficult mindset to be in. Holy shit. Well done, all of you. Oh, that's very kind. Ooh, I like this. This is really nice. Help, I'm trying to speak. Hey guys, how's it going? Just hanging. Oh, there's like the little whispering in the ears. I think it's about how things look messy from up close and perfect from far away. I was wondering if people were going to comment on the art. From up here, it just looks like dots. Oh no, this isn't people commenting. That's right. It's all him. It's easy to forget those things. Devil Tower Star. Maybe I'll feel real someday. Oh, and this is old Coda, so that's him saying that to himself. Or herself. I think he said he, though, at some point. Well, I'm here now. Yeah, we're all here now. There must be a reason for it, though. His terrible secret, he kept it well. Next summer. I beat the game! That's not... What? Second time playing? I don't know. I haven't beat it yet. More room?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle
Scared of
again.
writing something.
And here, I'll tell you what I think the
judged.
puzzle means. Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
There is notes in the real world. You just grab pen and paper, man. Or in today's world, just social media. Can one of the spiraling Nelsons. Ooh, what? Orange. We're getting different color now. Contrast to blue. Downward, keep digging.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle, that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
Okay, cool. Then we're back to the door. Does this puzzle have a solution? It does. Oh my god, I've been here for literally like half an hour. What the fuck do I do? Help! Another help? This doesn't make sense. The second door won't open. Shit, how do you solve it? Developer answers, please. Oh, guys, I got you. Check this out.
Because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces.
I'm heading back to the start.
Before you move on, you get to pause.
No answer, I think.
Just for a moment.
There's no second switch.
A few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
See? Alright, now watch. I got you guys. This is nice though. There's like so much whispering. Crazy. Ah. Peace. The voice isn't there. Nope, there they are again. Never mind. How do you leave notes? Oh, you did it! Congratulations! You did the thing you wanted to know. What is this? Typewriters. Typewriters? Oh, are you there? Please say something. It can be anything. I just need you to say something. Talk to me, please. Why are you having so much difficulty talking? Speak, 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 speak. Okay. I'm speaking. Porn stars.
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few minutes.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Hang with it.
I really feel like I wish I had a face cam for you guys for this one. I'm really sorry I don't have a face cam yet, guys. All the equipment is kind of on hold because of the situation that we can't speak about or we get flagged. But you guys know the situation that's happening. That was actually pretty cool. It's nice. But you're just gonna have to bear with it. With me. Once a face cam comes along, you can see the doofy faces that I pull. As long as my face doesn't break the camera. I like the picture of this. Can I? Is this? Oh, I can go through. Silly me. This is pretty. This is pretty. I like this. I don't know if I'd have yellow personally. I'd have a different color. But this is really cute. That's the same picture of the city. This is nice. I would have this, like, I would have these nice textures in my own house, assuming I had my own house one day. One day I'll be able to afford my own house. But, like, this is nice. Okay, not this. Now you're getting to, like, basement death.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
I was in the well. Out there. I was in the bottom of that. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? Oh. TV with surround sound, please. That's not a TV. Alright, what about the wall? Okay, 10 stoves. That's not... Okay, dude, that's not 10 stoves. Okay, I think we should light up this room. Okay, skylight, full ceiling window. Let's open this baby up. 10, 12, eccentric soft LED. Ooh. Put in Tesla coils. Ah, they're all really good actually. Let's do a skylight. Let's I like the idea. Let's open it up. Let's do a skylight. Are you even listening to me? A table. You need a table. You're not even listening to me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of my choices count. Because you're not like, yeah, yeah, no, they mean nothing.
There's a bit more to this one, but still it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake. So, okay, he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Okay. Ooh! Hello, please walk forward. Oh, alright, nowhere else to go. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Okay. Follow the instructions carefully. Take care you remember each step. Okay. Please click on the table. Okay. Oh, I killed the table. I'm sorry. Good. Go over to the photo frame and click to turn it slightly. Okay. Now turn the floor lamp in this room. I don't like that. It's tilted. That's irritating. Don't like. Turn the floor lamp off, and then back on. Okay. I'm gonna ignore that picture frame because that's not. That. Go to the left side of the sofa. Move it over a little. See, now that's annoying. Finally touch the shelves. Okay. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. I mean, I'd prefer to stay here, please, if it's all the same to you. Okay. Prison home! So touch the table. This is the first one.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Ah.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside. Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically
right there.
unraveling.
It's so close.
Work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on?
Yeah.
But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop.
Okay.
That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going. And then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons.
Oh, cool.
This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Oh. So he had a creative block and he was able to move past. Cool. Ooh. This is nice. It's so calm. Oh, there's a lamppost again. It's really into the lamppost, huh? Okay. Oh. Okay, it did it that on its own. Oh, hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped prison. Oh, you're me? So, were you trapped in this prison too? Yeah. I was in the
It's a conversation.
future maze.
And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows.
That's where
But
I
the
am right
irony
now.
is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
Oh yeah, it's true, eh? That's where I am right now. Oh, I'm so glad that I get out eventually. What's it like to escape? I'm already forgetting what it's like to be in prison. It's strange in a way, kind of miss being in prison. Feels like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. Do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out and then things will be exactly the same as before. No, I'm really the same person now as I was back then. Oh, that's awful. That's the worst thing I can imagine. Don't worry, it's actually not a bad thing, I promise. Well, you get something else in exchange. The problem is you don't actually know who you are right now. Ooh, that's a good one. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? No. I think I'm the first person to call back. Can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. What do I have to do? All you have to do is be sincere. Tell me how you feel right now. Talk with me for a bit. Be sincere. What? That will free me? How does that work? Listen, you can't know until you're out, but I promise it works. Just be sincere, it will make sense. I mean, all three of them work. Sincere about what? That's exactly what you need to figure out in order to escape.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice? So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
Okay.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the two doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I get what you're saying. So I guess Coda was going through a bit of a rough patch on their own. Ooh. The sound was out of time with the thing, but that's alright. There's a cushion on the floor. Can I pick it up? Oh, there's a spill. Oh, hi. Well, my goodness, I'm glad as heck that you showed up. Thought I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows. Oh, that's
You'll
nice.
notice that the quality
Lonesome
of the art
hands
is a
make
step up
lousy
from previous
hearts.
games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on.
Oh,
From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
oh. I like it. I am loving this music. If my video gets copyrighted because of it, then I'm gonna be really sad because this is really nice music. Don't worry about me. A place this nice, I'll be glad to stay here all night. Lousy homes make home nice? Are we cleaning this whole place? Just don't worry about me, man. I'm glad to help out. Well, now you just might be getting a little ahead of yourself there, no? Why don't you start cleaning, and then you decide whether you can do it all night. I'll finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear the table? Yes. Much nicer. That's a table I want to see. Now, would you please run to the bedroom and make the bed? Sure. Whoa, this is a nice looking place, dude. While you're there, why don't you straighten the rug a bit? Okay. All the little details matter. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? I mean, some people do. Some people don't, some people do. I don't enjoy it as much as I need it. While I'm working, I feel the kind of calm that rests in the pit of my ribcage. My soul just can't be soothed any other way, it seems, which I guess is about all that matters. Oh, that and a tidy couch. Could you straighten the pillows on the sofa here? Is there a sofa in here? Nope. Okay. So, Coda feels this way? Oh dear, it looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Mop that up as long as you're over there. Sure. Gee, that's a nice texture. I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. No, it was stupid. Sorry, never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Come do that. Oh no. I can't. I'm not the kind of person who can push someone. If you really don't want to talk about it, then I'll just leave it, because you can't, unless someone's ready, they can't do it. So this is Coda trying to talk to himself. Last I checked, the tub needed a cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best you can? No need to be perfect. We're all human. This is still just Coda talking to himself. Oh man, that is much nicer. Are there still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? If so, could you put them back on the shelf? Yes. Like, this is Coda. Maybe this is like something Coda needed to,
after the intense set of prison
reset
games,
everything.
this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing.
Yeah.
It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
That's crazy. And that's really good, actually, because it's sometimes cleaning the environment around you does help give you a clear mind. It does sometimes help you to kind of just be with yourself and think. Or sometimes it helps you not to think, to just do things that you wouldn't really think about. Institute. Are all these houses easy to clean? Darling, let me tell you something. In your lifetime, you are going to clean a lot of houses. Among all of those, a few of them will stick out as truly wonderful, beautiful experiences. None of them will be the ones that were easy.
I know that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time, just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
I wouldn't say it's gross. I'd say it's beautiful. Just something to think about while you smooth out the rug in the bedroom. the tub has gotten rather dirty. Would you mind tidying it up a bit? Yeah. This is interesting. This music is absolutely... I am loving this music, guys. Earlier, when I said I had a cheesy thought... Yeah, hold on, I'm coming. I'm here. What's up? I was going to say it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. If you take care of it, and it takes care of you. You take care of it, and it takes care of you. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. That's very true. I get it. That's a weird thing to say to someone. It's not weird. Oh, to someone you just met. I guess. Yeah, you're right. It's pretty cheesy. But there is a bit of truth to it, no? There is. It like, really is. Anyway, so housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Okay. Books, would you please clean up the books? Thanks. Yes, I will. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I would not mind having a house this beautiful. Like, wow. Also, this spacious. Can't get through the door. There we go. This is so... Although I don't know if I'd have that many windows. That would scare me a bit. Goodness, those pillows.
I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found some peace.
So am I. Everyone needs a bit of happiness in their life. Even no matter how big or small. Question. What's up?
But, of course, it can't last.
Oh, what?
The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door
What?
at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
That didn't feel like a dark space. To me, at least. It didn't feel like a dark space to me. It felt like a nice, warm space. Like a light space. Although, even... He is right, you can't stay in one thing too long. Even in the
Which is
light
the whole
space,
point of
everything
the
changes.
puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move.
I guess,
I really
yeah.
thought that was the point of it.
Was it not? You sound
This
like you're
one
questioning.
gets a bit goofy.
Why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? I like that his head turns as he talks. Was it to make your relationship more meaningful? No. You came here to be perfect. You can't... Oh, I moved. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp, and the question is not how well we do it, but how we do it effortlessly. This is easy.
About halfway through
It is
the
so
game,
easy.
the perspective shifts.
So easy. Being perfect is so effortless. Whoa. Oh, I'm the teacher.
And you play as the teacher.
This is
Suddenly, you discover that your
notes.
teacher is just as bigoted and afraid
This
as
is
you
the
are.
key. How do I achieve
Oh,
it?
and
with
also
no
you
effort?
can move around the classroom now.
Let me tell you right now, this isn't effortlessness. I still love you. It's just that you make me feel cold. Oh, can I pick those? I can. Drinking is not hurting my life. If you are torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions in your life, you're not doing it right. I'm gonna use these ones. Let's do the truth. Don't you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? Ooh, that's dark. Seek out only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? Ill. I'm feeling assist. Gross. What? Just kidding. Anyone want to do some... No. There is no truth. There is no path. Just kidding. Do what is easiest. Do what is simplest. Feel what is true. What if I'm not a good teacher? Holy shit, you guys. Something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out. Yeah, it's a black hole. Nothing. No one. It's coming for you. It's going to destroy you. Everyone run. Tell everyone to run.
I felt pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have.
Perfection.
To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days.
Huh. So the answers that the teacher felt they had to say were in yellow, and the answers that
This one
they
took a lot
wanted to
longer
say
than
were
all
not.
the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Stage. Oh, these chairs. They're so cool. Hey, are we a groupie? Or are we a band member? Or are we... Well, judging by these, I'd say it's like a music thing, maybe? I guess it could be an acting thing. Like theater style. Whoa. That made me jump. Ooh, I love those colors. Oh, alright, the performance is beginning. Places, please. In this scene, you'll be playing as me. We are gathering out of professionals. First, you start out against this wall. Okay. Okay, good. Stay right there. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. Oh, hi. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. Ah, this is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Hello. Just hello. How are you? And then she says hello, and you go from there. Hello? That's it? That's not a conversation. It's a start. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. Okay. Here are all of my hopes and dreams. I like you. I'm super scared right now. Let's go with that. No, 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 no. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feeling of a setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you props to work with. These cones, they bounce. And you touch them. Boing. Boing. Oh, it does make sounds. Haha. Alright, talk to her again. Okay. You must have worked really hard to get to where you are. So does this mean that... Oh, it says stuff on her head. Happy, wise, focused, successful. Does this mean that Coda met someone they looked up to? You must have worked really hard to get to where you are. I'll bet you've learned to lean into the pain. What are sacrifices you had to make? Let's go with 1. It's a little less invasive. You're messing it all up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Don't you realize this was an opportunity for me? I'll never get an opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Okay. Oh, lamppost. That means that we are coming to the conclusion. Okay. Wait. Wait. How am I supposed to talk to her this way? Okay. Bye, lamppost. Okay, yes. Now this is working.
The game
This
ends
is what
with
it was
this
like.
eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself.
That's not
And
going
to
to
be
help
honest,
his work,
I didn't consider
though.
it very helpful when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
2010. Mobius trip to play this game properly. You must keep your eyes... Oh, okay. Alright. They're closed. Okay. Where am I going? They're closed. What do I do? I'm moving. I can hear music. I can hear... What's happening? Hello? Oh, what happened? What happened? I'm opening my eyes. Oh!
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Oh, wow. That is a big door. There is a giant door. Okay. Oh, how do I get up there? Okay, help me, I'm blind. Aha! Please someone talk to me. The only way to stop is to speak something honest. I'm bursting with creative energy. No, that's not truthful. Coda's having... This is one of the down games. Come here, you in. What's going on? I can't keep making these. It stopped. Yes, that's it. That's the truth.
Like I said, I was getting concerned.
It's draining
First off,
me.
he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
This is like... Because all of those answers were written by Coda.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Okay. Where am I? Oh, that was like someone breathed in my ear. It was weird, very uncomfortable. Where did this island come from? Huh? that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. Okay, what's wrong? You look lost. I am lost. I don't know. I'm completely out of ideas when I try to create for Auntie. I'm completely out of ideas. Let's go with that. That's really bad that all of them... Oh no, what's happened? Did something change? Trying to find an engine used to protect me to study, and there's a machine that kept me going and it stopped. This is very pretty. This, the grass. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. Huh? Water? What? I can take you to it, but there's a problem.
Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations. This one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing.
Can help me solve the
Here's a
puzzle.
friend
We'll find
whose
the
work
machine
is
together.
exhibiting
Deal?
signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
Perfect. Come along, I'll show it to you.
Because from my perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just
Here's
sitting
the
at his
puzzle.
computer
Oh.
all day, not really
What do you
showing
think?
these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet. And so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
This is intense. Now you close the first door. Now you just press the switch here. And this is like
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness.
a closed off space
It doesn't
now.
work that way.
It's a big
You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
Some heavy stuff, man. Oh. Oh, that was so simple. I can't believe I never solved this before. Okay. Here we are. There's no machine here. Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. Oh no. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Okay. Making games is simple. Oh, that feels wonderful. But it wasn't true. Don't worry, just keep talking. Keep saying creation is easy, but it's not true. I'm constantly excited, enthusiastic about my work. It's easy, it never stops being easy. When I make games, I feel completely energized. This one, I guess, doesn't. None of them are true. That's wonderful.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me.
Yes, there was.
I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
This feels fantastic. I'm gonna vomit. Please, where's the machine? Patience, you have to trust me. I promise this will. It's not working. Please continue. I
don't know. This is what I felt at the time. I don't know
yes,
how else
more.
to explain
Keep going.
it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
Incredible. That's it. I'm free. I'm free. Who's free? Is that Coda? No. Coda, you're not free. You're trapped.
But it didn't stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
The machine. Holy crap. That's a lot. As a creative person, I can relate to getting stuck and pushing forward, and I've seen so many people who've just pushed too far because outside sources have said that they have to, and it's just jeez. Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. You've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick, quiet, or brutal. Quick? Very good. Just be warned, someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. Okay. Would you please give us answers? When will it be published? Do you know where poisonous games have come from? What can you tell us? Oh, so they're all trying to get all the information about the game before it even comes out. Like, before it's even finished being made.
And of course, it's the machine.
You stopped. You stopped feeding us. Your work was keeping us alive. Your work was keeping us healthy. Oh no. There's people out there. Can you imagine what pain you've put them through? It was only because of your creations any of us could make it through every day. How could we possibly go back to trusting you to do this job? I don't like any of these answers. At least this one means that you can go away free, maybe. There's like no windows, it's just a light. How about this for a start? How about you need to go to the people who are out there and apologize to them. You have to admit to the people you've led them to suffer. I've been so alone. This one, I guess, because this lady we're playing as seems like a very hard-edged person. No, nothing. Think carefully. I know how to hurt you. I've seen the thing you fear. What? That is not okay. Alright then, I will speak to them for you. Oh. Okay. My followers? Question mark? This is like the press lady, right? It falls on me to deliver bad news. I have a troubling revelation. Falls on me to deliver bad news. The machine will not apologize to us. It refuses to admit that it deliberately hurts us. The first one. Okay. This is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. We will find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. I feel like that's a more realistic answer that would actually happen in real life. All the walls are all gross looking, like they've been damaged and wrecked and... let us pay it retribution. Let us show it we are not failures. This one? I don't feel like any of these are good options. What? So you can destroy the machine or everything it's created. You put so much work into it though. But then if you destroy the machine, you can't make anything new, assuming you're let free and you can do stuff in the future. Maybe you can make a new machine? Okay, so maybe if we destroy the machine, then it could be set free and make a new one. Away from all of this. Oh no. Oh, this is where we were for the thing. Oh. Oh, Coda, I'll make sure your work dies here. I'll make sure you are known forever. Oh no. Isn't that what you're scared of? Having to live without your precious creations, having to...
So now
deal
the work
with
is
this
becoming
stuff?
self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him,
Yeah.
and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
I don't know about that.
And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it.
Oh, I don't know,
Because it would never
man.
occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral?
I mean, maybe,
Would it
but...
give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
I don't know if it would bring meaning back to his work. It might give him a bit more self-confidence, but I feel like you could do that without showing us... Did you ask him? Did you ask Coda to show their work or not?
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
What if he wasn't... What if he didn't want people to see it though? It seems like maybe he wasn't ready. I can't move it. Put down your weapon. But I can't... What? Oh no.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do?
All I can do is shoot.
Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem.
Oh, dude.
When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy.
So it's the
So
end.
beautifully beautifully happy.
You didn't ask, did you? You just, went out and...
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while.
If someone's
this
in a
is
bad
June of
place
2011,
and doing something extreme, it's
And
not a
I didn't
good
hear
idea.
anything from him for several weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's.
I'd be pissed
This
too.
one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made.
Oh.
So let's take a look.
You took his games without permission and showed them to people. I don't know, man. If someone's in a bad place, doing something extreme like that, like taking their art without permission and showing it, isn't a good idea. Maybe he didn't want people to see that art. Maybe he wasn't ready yet. Maybe he didn't like that art and wanted to start from
And this
scratch.
is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant.
Ooh,
It feels
very
like it's
closed
trying
off.
to distance itself from the world.
It's very cold.
It's a very cold game.
Yeah, I just said that. It's very cold, very angry almost game. Dude, I think you fucked up, man.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Oh. Oh.
Except that
Sheesh.
all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then
Oh.
every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable. The game
Oh.
goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But
guess-
I do want to show you the rest of the level, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Okay. Thank you. So, wait, you've been putting stuff into these games so far, like, you've been altering them. Does that mean well, we know you're a game maker, but at the time of
And to be
this, were you a
fair,
game
it's not
maker?
like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever.
Oh.
I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. That game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate.
Wait.
What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
Hold on. What's wrong with the game looping? You can always just leave the game whenever you want to. You don't have to keep playing it. I really liked the music. I thought the purpose of that one was just to be something relaxing to kind of chill out to.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code.
Ooh, that's
Like the invisible
gonna
maze,
take a
it's
while.
frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here.
I think
I'll
he's
put the code on the
mad
ground
at
for you here, though, so that we
for-
can move on.
Thanks. Dude, I think he's just mad at you. Because you showed his games without even asking. Artists are very protective of their work because they put, like, a lot of themselves into it. So he's probably mad. And the fact that... Oh, crap, I went too far. The fact that you altered them probably made him mad as well. Just like you're altering this one. And does he know you altered them? Or does he think you just presented them as they were? Well, let's go. Oh.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side.
You stuck me in a box.
Even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Kota cutting himself off entirely, just saying, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem.
Sometimes you can't fix the
I feel
problem.
like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem.
Dude, sometimes you can't.
I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Oh, well, thank you. Sometimes you can't fix a person's problem.
Was I a
Sometimes they
failure
have to
for not
fix it
understanding
themselves.
this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years, I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for.
Nothing there.
I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And
Yeah, I was wondering that myself. I was curious. Well, maybe it's a personal thing. Or maybe there is no meaning. Maybe it's just like, hey, this looks cool. I want to put it in for aesthetic purposes. Maybe it's something personal that he felt would look nice in the game, but didn't want to really put out there.
I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed
really pretty pink.
to be someone other than me.
I think that's theft, mate.
But he stopped and left. And it felt somehow like I had failed.
I'm pretty sure that's theft. You can't just they're his games. You can't make them yours.
Where did I screw up?
It's kind of for you to figure out. As you guys have all heard, I've got my own theories, but dear Davey,
I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I?
But
it's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you not to speak to me anymore. Whoa, you didn't just make them angry. You made them completely want to leave. And there's no music either.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I wonder at times whether you think I am making these games for you. That I'm aware of, unless they explicitly state otherwise, no game maker makes a game for any specific person. Unless they will, and if they do, they will say that they do. You've so infected...
And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
You've so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere, hidden between games. It's presented like an art show. If there was an answer, a meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? giving them something that is not yours to give. This is what I said earlier, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe. So Dakota, their games were like a safe space for them to sort out and reflect, like sort out whatever they're feeling and reflect on that. And then he took this away. Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them. So the lamppost thing wasn't Coda's. That you didn't just alter them a little bit. You like.
And then you stopped. And I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all.
Would you simply
Nothing.
let them be what they are?
Less than nothing. What does that mean?
When I am around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. This is true. That's two separate things. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Wait, so, okay. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see what I am talking about, don't say anything. Oh, I know this puzzle. Yep. Yeah. Oh, that was...
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is
Oh,
because I haven't been
no.
able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but
you
I
are.
can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please.
You want to
I'm
help
fading.
me out?
And all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
It took me a minute to realize that room was getting smaller. I don't know how to help you, man. Like, dude. Epilogue. Alrighty. Oh. We're in a station, I think. Looks like a station. So... This is,
More
Okay.
love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
Yeah. That's how it goes. Ah, the red doors make sense. This is... It's true, and especially in the world we live in now, this is wanting more and wanting more praise and is like a very common thing. It's a nice upholstery.
Solution. Solution. Solution.
Whoa, this is pretty. Not all problems have a solution. And not all of them that do have a solution can be fixed in a short amount of time.
I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed.
You told people that without
Maybe
knowing
he just
from
likes
him?
making prisons.
Dude, you never, ever tell someone that somebody else has a mental problem unless that person gives you permission for a start, and unless that person tells you that they do. Oh my gosh, just so much bad.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
I don't hate you, dude, but you just need to do better. Just see what you're doing wrong and change that behavior. Oh, I can't see. Oh. I am in a cave. Okay. That looks like an exit. I just realized I instinctively lowered my head.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
I don't know what to tell you, dude. Sometimes you don't need validation from other people. You just need to be like, hey, I want to do this because it's fun, or because it makes me happy.
What now?
I guess that's for you to figure out.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
I mean, you could have stuck to the end and then left, but I guess, yeah, go do you, sugar. Ooh. It's like a giant doorway. Whoops, I almost walked into it. What is this? Ooh, there's more over here. This is interesting. I really like that texture. How many times have I said that during this playthrough? Huh? Oh. That was a long fall. It looks like a hallway. Yeah, that's a hallway. I guess we go through. Does it stop? Yep, okay, so yeah, we go through. Okay. Ah. I mean, you can't see where it is, but there's nice blue light there. Okay, I guess we're going up the stairs. This game has been very good and an emotional roller coaster for sure. I feels like we might be coming to the end, especially because he said that he had to go. Let me know what you guys think about this. Leave it in the comments below if you... Oh, thunderstorm. Shit's gonna go down. Let me know what you guys think about this and if you can relate to any part of it. Oh, I love the sound of a good thunderstorm. Here's that beam again that was in the first one. So that means that we can go up into the puzzle land. Here we go, floating away. Whoa. 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 It's like a brain. That's amazing. It really looks like a brain. Like, if anyone's seen a brain. There's a tiny hole that we came out of. It's endless. Absolutely beautiful. Holy cow. I think that's it. For does that mean that Coda was real? This project would not have been possible without the following individuals. Holy cow. Okay. I don't know if this music's copywritten. I'll probably put in I'll probably put in different music just in case. That was an emotional roller coaster, and a good one though. There was so much to unpack. Like, you thought that it was going to be Coda just having a good time and being happy, and you just like making games, and it ended up being something totally different. That's whoa. So you thought it was going to be Coda making games, you thought that and I loved the textures, by the way, but then it turns out that he was just changing Coda's games the whole time, and that's like crazy. Also, when the part where it was like the part where there was like, it sounded like a girl or maybe a boy crying, and you had to break down the walls by lying and saying it was easy and you could just keep going and all that, like that was rough. I've been there myself, and I know so many people who've been in that position where you've reached your creative limit, but you feel like you have to keep pushing, you have to keep going. And it's just really hard, and it's definitely like, you should never, if you feel like you've reached your creative limit, you should take a break. If you are feeling that you can't come up with any more ideas, you can't think of anything else, and you just can't do it anymore, then take a break. Or if you really need to, then just quit. Like, there's always something else that you can do. There's always something else you can move towards. And it's not worth putting your mental or physical health at risk. It is 1000% not worth it. That game was amazing. It's also, it explains so much, and at the same time, like, there's going to be people who are going to get it, and there's going to be people who are going to be confused, and that's completely fine. Whether you understand it or don't, both is completely fine. It just depends on your personal experience in life and how things have worked out. Where it says, like, and like where he says the one with the maze, that one was, yeah, that one spoke to me. Like, you see this, especially in today's world, in today's current society where we're at with everything, with social media and everything, you see like 1% of a person's life is what you will see. 99% of it you won't actually see, because people don't post negative stuff because no one likes to see people complain about their life, or, you know, say that things like, I'm having a rough day or something. I know so many people who they have kids and they have to do stuff, and for them it's like they feel like they can't post anything because they're not allowed to, because they have kids, which means they have to be happy all the time. And the reality is that's not true. I personally don't, but it's definitely not true. In the creative industry, it's definitely a case of you feel like you have to constantly put out this persona of happy and positivity, because if you don't, then people won't want to see your work anymore, or they will start berating you because of it. And I'm nowhere near well known enough, and I probably won't be well known enough to experience having multiple people berate you, like thousands or even hundreds of people berate you for that or praise you for it. But I can imagine that for the people who are in that situation, it must be extremely difficult. And if there is anyone who sees this video who is in that situation where you have a large following and you feel like you need to take a break, if you take a break and any fan says you're not allowed to, or it's not acceptable in any way, shape or form, that's not a fan, because that is not okay behavior. Everyone needs a break every now and again. It's natural. We are only human. And this game has very much gotten to me. Oh, wow. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have anything you want to say, any advice you want to give, stories you want to tell, or anything, please leave them in the comments below. We can all help each other out. We can all be there for each other. That's the point of a community. That's what I'm hoping to get for this channel, is a community. So please just do that. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to see more. And take care of yourselves.